Good morning to you all. How are you? Okay, fine. We are discussing the second unit. You like it very much. Why? Because it is telling about stories. Have you read the stories of Vimal and Aesop? Aesop tales you can collect, or you can get these types of books and you can read it. So many stories are told by Aesop. So Aesop tales, there is a book, a collection is there. You can get it from the bookstall and you can read it. Okay, so because all those stories are very valuable, you must have a reading habit. For that, start with the simple stories. So these stories are very important and also which will help you, because it will teach you moral lessons. Okay, then today we are going to another story, very small story, but it is very interesting story. Okay, so the fable you have read is very short, yet it has a beginning, a middle and an end. So fable means, that is, I told you, fable means we know that is stories only. So even if it is a small story, it will have a beginning will be there, then a middle will be there and a conclusion will be there, or end will be there. Whichever it may be the story, that will be there. That is what the structure of a story. So here we are going to analyze the structure of a story. For that we are going to read a story which is very interesting. Okay, so all of you look at the page number 39 and let me read the story and let us enjoy that story. Okay, keep your eyes open. That is for the title of the question. Keep your eyes open. What is the meaning of this title? Keep your eyes open. When we are after waking up, we will open our eyes. There is no doubt about it. When we sleep, we will close our eyes. Otherwise, every time we will open our eyes, no doubt about that. But here, the meaning is not the literal meaning of these words. What is that? That is, we can find out from the story. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a lion that grew so old that it was unable to kill any prey for his food. So here we are going to discuss about a lion. Who was that lion? What was the importance of that lion? It was an old lion, not a very strong and powerful lion. Whenever you think of, whenever you hear the word lion, you will get an image in your mind. That is what a powerful and strong lion, no? But here, that is old, very weak. As you know, whoever becomes old, they will be very weak. They will not be able to run or attack like when they were very young. Even lion also like that only. We people also like that only. In the youth time, we will be able to do anything. But whenever we are getting old, we too will be very weak. So here, this lion became very old. He cannot run behind a prey. Prey means here his food, and catch him. So what can he do? But he has to eat something, no? Otherwise he will die. Because of starvation, he will die. Yes. So He said to himself, I must do something, or else I will die of starvation. Then lion thinking, what is he thinking now? If it goes like this, I don't have that much power. I cannot run behind a deer or anything and catch and eat them. It is not possible. If it goes like this, without having food, that condition is called starvation. I will die of starvation. So he has to find out an idea to live, even he is old. He kept thinking, even though he is very old, his mind is working, his brain is working. He kept thinking. He was not discouraged. He kept thinking, and at last an idea struck him. Because of that deep thinking, an idea. He got an idea. What was that idea? He decided to lie down inside the cave, pretending to be ill. Then he decided to lie down inside his cave, pretending means acting to be ill, like a ill lion. He lied inside that cave without going out. Those who came to inquire about his health would become his prey. Then what was his idea now? If the king or this lion does not come outside, his friends or neighbors, they will come to ask him, what happened? Why don't you come outside? What is your problem? Are you have you got any problem? Like that they will come and ask, no? So that was his plan. So he lied down in his cave. So his friend and neighbors came to ask his problem. Then what happened? Those who came to ask him, they became the prey of whom? This lion. Is it a good idea? What is your opinion? No, it is not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It is a wicked plan, a bad plan. Then he put his wicked plan into practice, and it started working. And he put his wicked plan into practice. He started to do like that. He lied inside the cave without going outside. Then every day other animals see this lion, but after that nobody could see him. So what happened? Those animals came in search of this lion inside the cave, and they all became the prey of whom? This lion. Many of his well-wishers got killed. Many of the well-wishers of whom? This lion. Well-wishers, if we think about the wellness of others, we'll go and visit him. So here also the well-wishers of this lion, they came in search of this lion inside the cave, and they were attacked and killed and ate by whom? This lion. Very bad plan. But evil is short-lived. But there is a saying. What is that? Evil is short-lived. Bad thing will not work for a long time. How? One day, a clever fox came to visit the lion. One day, who came? A clever fox. Fox in the stories, you know, they are called as, or they are the symbol of clever. Yes, one fox came. He was very clever. He stood at the mouth of the cave. He is very clever. He knew many animals visited this lion, and also he might have got an idea about this wicked plan of whom lion. Then what happened now? He just stood in the mouth means here that door opening of that cave. He looked around and understood the reality. Then he reached at the gate or at the mouth of that river. Then he observed the surroundings. Then he understood the reality. What will be there? The stones. Stones will not be there. What will bones will be there? No, that inside the cave there were big stones. In then side of that stones, what were there? Bones of different animals were there. So he understood all those bones were the bones of whom? Bones of the or body of the well-wishers of this lion. So he called out to the lion from outside and said, "How are you, sir?" But without going inside, he stood on the mouth of the cave and loudly asked, "How are you, sir? How are you?" The lion replied, "I am not feeling well. Why don't you come inside?" Then the lion going to practice that evil plan or wicked plan. He said, "But no, I am not feeling well. Why are you standing in the mouth of the cave? Why don't you come inside? Come here. I cannot get up from here." Later, who said? The lion said. Then the fox replied, "I would love to come in, sir, but I see all the footprints as going into your cave, but none as coming out. I would be foolish enough to come in." Saying so, the fox went to alert the other animals. Then what was the reply of that fox? "I would love to come in, sir. I would love. Actually, I think about coming to there, but there is a problem." What is the problem? "But I see all the footprints as going into your cave. I can see the footprints of the well-wishers or other animals who entered the cave, but none of that footprints coming out." Okay, which means all those who went near to that lion, they were killed and eaten by whom? Eaten by this lion. So he closely observed the footprints of the animals who went very close to that lion. Then he understood none of those footprints came out. Okay, so one side footprints are there, but opposite, when they come back, opposite footprint will be there, that was not there. So he said, "If I come inside, I will be a fool. So I am not ready. I understood your plan and let me go." By saying what? By saying this fox ran outside to what? To alert other people. To alert other people means to give this idea to other peoples and to discourage whom? Other animals who are willing to go and visit whom? That lion. So in that way, that wicked plan of that lion collapsed. Okay, so here you are listen to a very nice story. Okay, even if it is very small, you must have liked it. Okay, so here down to that, let's analysis the story given above. So I told you, even if it is a small story, it will have what? It will have 3 parts. One is beginning, second one is middle, and the third one is end. So here I will tell you there is a beginning. What's the beginning? Once upon a time, there was a lion that grew so old that he was unable to kill any prey for his food. That is what the beginning of this story. So if you read a story, first lines will be the beginning of the story. Then we have to develop, that writer should develop that story. Then what is the development of the story? So he said to himself, I must do something or else I will die of starvation. He kept thinking. Come to inquire about his health would become his prey. He put his wicked plan into practice and it started working. So that's about his decision. Then that idea working, that is what the development. So if it goes on like this, what every day one animal coming and who lion killing and eating, and then next day happening the same, means what? It will not continue. It should not continue like that. It must have an end. So what is needed? Something happens. So opposite to this plan, something should happen. Then only readers will get interest. So next, what is the twist in that story? One day, a clever fox came in to visit the lion. He stood at the mouth of the cave. He looked, then continuing, and said, "How are you, sir?" The lion replied, "I am not feeling well. Why don't you come inside?" So that is a twist in this story. So that is what something happens. So one thing, development. First, that lion was very old. He was unable to catch his prey. That is what the beginning. Then development is what he after thinking he thought about a new plan, and that is what development. Next one is what something happens, means fox coming, things to come to an end. The next is what things to come to an end. How did the story end? Then the fox replied, "I would love to come in, sir, but I see all the footprints as going into your cave, but none as coming out. I would be foolish enough to come in." So that is what the end of the story, by saying if I come inside, what will happen? I too will die, and which means what the story will continue like that. So something happens there, opposite to other animals action who worked or who acted, this fox acted. So that is what we can say about something happens. Then last conclusion, saying so, the fox went to alert the other animals. That is what the last sentence, and that is what the conclusion. So if the fox goes to his own home without going near to whom that lion, and going home means what? None of other animals will come to know about that. Then what will happen? That things are the same. Wicked plan of that lion will work next day, because another animal will come. But it should not happen. If it happens, so the story will continue. But it should not happen. So there should be a conclusion. In that conclusion, we should that storyteller should say what? The fox went into alert whom? Other animals. Then what? There will be no continuation to that story. Okay. Yes. So that is what the conclusion. So from this, you must have got a clear idea that one story will have 3 important steps, but again if we divide, some more steps will be there. That is what here said: beginning, then development, then something happens, then things come to an end, and last is conclusion. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this story, and also that we analyzed the structure of the story also. So once again, you can read this story, and also you can tell this same story to your friends or your younger ones in your home. Okay, don't forget to tell these stories to your younger ones. Even if you are ready, you can say the same story to your parents also. Okay, then next class we will go to the another story, very nice story. Okay, thank you.